Okay, we are looking at doing a short review of the ATTE by Micro Galaxy Jazzwares. And just taking a look at it, look at the whole unit. You can see it's got one big gun on the front, and this thing moves up and down, of course. It does rotate, but it doesn't go all the way around. It stops, it stops about there. And likewise, the same amount of distance on the other side as well. Fits the one guy in the compartment back here. Fits him pretty easily, although he would fall out pretty quickly. If you tipped it over or whatever, he's not held in very well. But anyway, and of course, you can see all the legs. All right. There's the back end. 2 guns in the back, and there's 4 in the front, and then the big one on top. The main guns. The legs, the only thing with the legs, as you can see, the forward and back for this legs will sit on the ground okay, but the ones in the middle don't quite touch. I've tried to adjust them. They don't seem to be adjustable. They just kind of hang there. I think they're just kind of for when you're moving over rough terrain or something and terrain and it sort of keep it a little stable and won't fall over kind of thing. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the meat of this. Now, if I pull off the back cover, like this, you see we have two gunners manning the guns inside, and then this unit only comes with one bark speeder. I think it's called a bark speeder. It only comes with one bark speeder, but I have 2 actually put inside. I bought an extra one for this because it holds 2 on board. I want to make sure we had 2 for the 2 people to hide in. There's little things that those things set in. And also, I wanted to show you underneath. Let's see, I don't know if you can see it very well. This platform actually drops down. So that you can launch them onto the ground. I'm not sure how this. There we go. Oh, let me go ahead and get my pry bar thing. These things always need this because they don't come down very well. Anyway, there we go. After a little bit of prying about, we have platform. Let me get another pliers so I can pull that down. So you can see what's going on here. See, it doesn't drop all the way to the ground, but it does come down a little ways. There it goes. And then it doesn't really need to come all the way down to the ground, because honestly these speeder bikes have rocket engines on them, and they'll just fire up their engine and just shoot right off of it. And since they have anti-gravity repulsor lift motors, they'll just kind of float along the ground, as you see in all the films and the animated movies as well. So, yeah, and you can see them just sitting on there. I'll take one off in a little bit. I'm sure most of you that collect these Micro Galaxy Squadron by Jazzwares things know that what the speeders look like. They're kind of, there's a lot of detail for just a tiny little thing. It just kind of sits on the platform. Okay, and this is the upper view, what it kind of looks like. And maybe this is supposed to be like a small ladder that goes down to it. I'm not sure what that is. On the inside right there. Oops. Right here in this area. Let me go ahead and pry it back up. Oops. And here's a little bark speeder. And these guys fit on these things pretty well. They just kind of sit on board there. The seat, and I like how the figures are made fairly well. As you can see, his foot hits the pedal pretty good on both sides. Yeah, so that's pretty decent. Let me go ahead and put him back in here. Then go ahead and fix it back up, just snaps in place. And then the speeder just fits like on a peg in there. It just kind of snaps on a peg, so it's fine. All right, so that's the back end, and you see the guns, of course. They're not stationary. The guns do move around. They don't have a very wide range of movement, though, for some reason. It's kind of lame, the movement that they do, a little lame. And, of course, here's the cover. Pretty good wash on the cover. The inner part of the cover is fairly detailed as well. It's got like a blast mark from a battle they were engaged in or something. I'm not sure. Pretty good. Now we're going to snap this back in place. It goes down pretty easy. And also, let me turn this around here. This forward front just drops down. And you can fit up to 2 men inside that, 2 clones inside that. Got a driver and maybe a backup driver or something, navigator, I don't know what his job is, but a backup driver or something. Fit in kind of a narrow area, but you know, fits there okay. And then this thing flips back down there, and you can see it's got some pretty good detailing on it. The bottom, there's some kind of weathering and stuff they put on there. It looks pretty decent. From the side, this kind of looks like a standard canopy unit. And then, of course, there is guns up front. There's 4 guns, 2 on top, 2 on bottom. Limited range of movement, but they get the job done. Now, for the last area, these individual sides have areas that come off. I'm going to take both of them off now just to show you. And here again, we have some good weathering and some dark, what do you call it, like bomb blasts or something that hit them. Maybe laser blasts hit the unit. Another one has a little bit of weathering and some blast marks that hit the unit as well. On the inside, there of course is some detailing. The other side is the same way. A bunch of pretty good detailing, wash as well. And then on the inside of these things, there's room for three clones. One gunner and two just sitting there, I guess. So I've got one here as a gunner, just kind of sitting there. The other one is gun is unmanned because I don't have enough people. But that's a separate problem. So, but yeah, fits quite a few guys on board. It's a pretty decent unit. I think maybe I paid like $35-40 for it, so it's, or maybe 30, I think. So it's not bad for the money, and overall it's a pretty decent unit. It'd be nice if they were motorized or they had some motors to them or something, but that's all right. Let's go ahead and let me go ahead and put these back on. All right, and that completes this video of the ATT from Micro Galaxy Squadron Jazzwares. And you can see, I'll dump it completely over. See the underside of the unit, it's pretty well detailed. These are what, fuel slugs or something, I'm not sure what all that is. Bombs or something on the underside to be dropped or something, I'm not sure what all that is, but it's pretty decent. But yeah, that's ATT from Micro Galaxy Jazzwares.